Hey you, it's been a while. I had no idea that my brother's fiance was you, my servant from middle school. I was really surprised.
Hey, Carrie, it's been a while. I was surprised too. I had no idea that the person who bullied me and made me not be able to go to school was my fiance's sister.
Hey, don't blame me for your own weakness. You were a loner and didn't fit in the club at all. As a club leader, I was trying to interact with you in a positive way.
Are you serious about that? We were on the volleyball team. All the seniors used me as a target and hit me with the balls. And you guys always left first, leaving me to clean up. And you guys even tried to lock me up in the gym. And I know you were spreading bad rumors about me that were not true.
It's your own fault that you have a bad personality.
By what logic are you saying that? Because of you, I didn't even make it to the graduation ceremony.
I was glad you weren't in the group photo for a club. If you were in the picture, you would have ruined it.
You're still the same, even in your mid-30s.
Well, I'm glad it was you who became my brother's wife.
Huh?
My brother's wife, that would make us sisters-in-law, right? I will use you as my servant for the rest of my life.
Is that what you think?
Call me your leader like you used to on the team.
I don't want to.
A what?
Besides, I have no intention of becoming your servant.
Oh, wow. Have you become a big shot in the little time we've been apart? You can't disobey me. A weak-minded person like you needs to be told what to do.
What makes you a stronger person than me?
I just am.
I don't understand what you mean.
If you insist on defying me, I won't allow you to marry my brother.
You have no right to interfere with our marriage.
Hey, remember who isolated you from the rest of the school by spreading rumors about you? Who do you think it was? If I told my parents and brother, it would be easy for them to break off your engagement. I could just tell them you're playing around with other guys. Oh, or maybe I should tell them that you were a truant in middle school and hung out with the wrong people. How about that?
Please don't. Don't ruin our engagement by making up lies.
You're so desperate. You know my dad runs a company, right?
So what?
Actually, I work there. I work short hours because I want to live freely. But of course, among the employees, I'm the president's daughter, so I'm looked up to. If I were to tell these employees that my brother, who will take over this company in the future, is about to marry a useless woman like you, how do you think they will react? So much fun. I'll talk about it at work tomorrow.
Please, don't do that.
Then be my servant. Here, why don't you call me leader?
I won't do that.
Oh, really?
Please give me time until tomorrow.
All right. In the meantime, be prepared to pledge your allegiance to me. I love how hopeless you are.
I'll text you tomorrow. The next day.
Hey, my servant! Have you made up your mind? For starters, I need you to go to my office and do some work for me. Of course, I'm willing to pay you. I'll give you about $100 a month.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
You don't get to call me by my name.
Why not?
Are you really going to act like that towards me? Who do you think I am? I'm serious. If you disobey my orders, I will not allow you to marry my brother. I will tell my parents that I don't want him to marry you, and I will break off your engagement.
Then financing for your company is not going to happen.
Huh? What do you mean?
If this engagement doesn't happen, the financial help to your father's company will be terminated.
What? I don't understand. What does the financial help for my dad's company have to do with your engagement? What's the connection?
You haven't heard from your parents. I also run a company, like your father.
Huh?
Yes, and my company has about 500 employees.
500 is a whole lot more than my dad's company.
Thankfully, the services my company provides match the public demand. Even with 500 employees, we are so understaffed.
What? How can a miserable person like you be the president of a company?
I was really depressed during school, thanks to you. To try to redeem myself, I studied hard. I haven't told this story to any of my classmates either. In case you're wondering, I graduated from South University.
South University? Isn't it that really good school with a low acceptance rate?
Yes. And since college, I've been working with people like myself who have been shut-ins. And for those who want to reintegrate into society but are too afraid to take the first step, I wanted to help them and do something for them. So I started this company. I am now working hard in the education and job placement industry.
Then that financing help means…
That means financial help from my company to your father's company.
Wait a minute. So in exchange for letting you marry my brother, you're going to finance my dad's company?
Don't get me wrong. I am marrying your brother purely for love. However, him being a future president of the company, he asked me for advice, since his father's company was not doing so well and was having financial difficulties. He told me a lot about what company offered and other offerings. So I advised him. Your father has approached me and asked me if I would be willing to be a consultant for his company. To take on new challenges, money is inevitably needed. Then, instead of borrowing from a bank, I thought it would be less risky to lend him money from my company, since I'm becoming his in-law anyway. If I were to participate in the management of his company, I would be partly responsible for the results if they did not come through. That is why I was planning to start financing his company when we got married. But if you, who will now be my sister-in-law, is so opposed to our marriage, I have no choice. I love your brother, but I will give up on this marriage. I am sorry for the trouble.
Wait a minute. Is my dad's company not doing well?
It's probably just a matter of time before they go bankrupt.
Are you serious? What am I supposed to do if that happens? I have only worked for my dad's company.
Your parents have told me things about you. I think it would be a good idea for you to become more independent.
What do you mean? I'm working and making money.
You've been working only short hours ever since you graduated from college. You can take a day off whenever you want. You never have to do a job you don't want to do. Despite living in your parents' house, you never gave your parents a penny of your salary. How can someone who spends money as she pleases say such a thing?
Did my dad tell you that?
Why don't you at least pay rent or something?
I don't want to.
I've heard a lot about you from the employees too. You work only short hours, but you make people listen to you, don't you? As you can imagine, that made me laugh.
Shut up. I'm the president's daughter, so I'm allowed to do that. Everyone needs to respect me.
They are only putting up with you because they know who you are. There is nothing more annoying than an employee who doesn't do anything at work.
It's none of your business.
You're right. Our engagement's been canceled, and I will no longer be financing your father's company. Your company situation is none of my business.
Wait a minute.
What do you need?
Shouldn't marrying my brother and financing my dad's company be two separate things in the first place?
What?
I'm saying don't confuse your personal life with your work life.
How can you tell me that? You're taking advantage of your position as the daughter of the president.
We're talking about you right now. You decided to finance his company because you thought it had the potential for growth. Then, even if your engagement with my brother breaks up, keep the promises you made.
Somehow you seem to think you're saying something very right. I think you should understand the situation of the company you're working for one more time. As I said before, I think there is a chance to rebuild the business. But my future father-in-law… Oh, wait. No more engagement. So your father… Well, the bottom line is that the president thought it was impossible for them to do it on their own, which is why they asked me to do the consulting if I were to make a full commitment. And if I were to finance his company, then they would finally reach a level where maybe he can rebuild his business. Sorry to say, but no one would normally think of financing such a company. It's too risky. Even if we could rebuild the business, we cannot expect a large return. Still, I decided to finance it because it is the company that my future husband will be running. For those reasons, now that the engagement has been canceled, I have no reason to finance his company. Do you understand?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'll let you get married to my brother then.
Huh? What are you saying? I have no intention of marrying him anymore.
Why not?
Because he has an annoying sister like you? There's no way I would want to marry him.
Why not? Without financial help from you, my dad's company will go under, right?
Probably.
I can't let that happen.
But either way, sooner or later, you're going to lose your job.
What do you mean?
Yesterday, after receiving a text from you, I told your parents the whole story. Then, your father said, "I'm so sorry about our daughter. We shouldn't have spoiled her because she is a girl. She doesn't work enough, and I've been receiving numerous complaints from employees. I will fire her in the near future and kick her out of this house. So, don't worry about our daughter." That's what he said.
Are you kidding me?
All true.
How dare you? I can't live alone. Who's gonna cook for me? Do my laundry? Who's gonna clean my room? What about money?
You're 35 years old. What nonsense are you talking about? Of course, you earn your own money, pay your own rent, and do your own housework.
I don't want to. I want to live freely in my parents' house. Look, I'm not complaining about you guys getting married anymore. You don't have to be my servant. So please, tell my parents not to kick me out.
I will not finance him if you keep living in your parents' house. But then your father's company would go out of business, so the end result is the same.
How can that be?
Oh, and since this is a good opportunity, I would like to ask you to take responsibility for what you did to me when we were in middle school.
What responsibility?
Because of you, I have trauma. It was emotionally difficult, not only for myself, but also for my parents. The damages for emotional distress, the cost of the psychiatrist visits. I will charge you $30,000.
That was a long time ago.
Your parents said that they would not only kick you out of their house, but also disown you.
All right, I'll pay. I pay you when you're happy, right? But I can't pay you right now. I can pay in installments, right?
No, of course. You must pay it in full.
What are you, evil?
What are you talking about? I'm giving you such kindness, even though you bullied me so much in middle school. This is what you deserve. After that, later, Carrie was fired from her father's company and kicked out of her parents' house. With her out of the way, I was able to get married. A few months later, we had our wedding. She tried to attend, but we politely explained to her and asked her to leave. Since then, she has found a new job and started living alone in an apartment. But this is her first time working properly, and she is struggling every day to get used to that environment. To pay consolation money to me, she went into debt. So her life is difficult every month, and she can't even go out. She often tries to cry to her parents, but her parents have not responded to any of this. Or rather, her parents are too busy reforming their company. Thanks to them, their company's business is recovering, and I will not continue to have a relationship with her in the future.
Thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down so we know to do better for next time. If you enjoyed yourself, consider subscribing. And if you really enjoyed yourself, maybe consider hitting that bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Thank you again. See you in the next one.